Hello YouTube, this is All Yarns Considered third episode. I am Veronica and this is my personal corner of internet where I talk about my journey into the knitting world.
I am keeping with it, so right now
In this episode, I am going to talk about some of my finished projects, one of my whip, and some of the ideas that I have for the New Year's project. A little bit of the chit chat. I'm coming to you on a December morning. Yay! The holidays are just around the corner. As you can tell, I'm in a very good mood. I like the season. It snowed last night, so outside it's a winter wonderland. It's white, it's beautiful, it's sunny, it's not very cold. For non-Canadians, not very cold. That means -10. It could get colder, but for now, we're enjoying this beautiful weather. I've been outside with my dog this morning and I had a blast. It is very soft snow. It doesn't stick. It sparkles in the sunlight and the mood is amazing. So it put me, in this positive mindset right from the get-go, and I'm really, really happy. So I thought today is a good day to record something about my knitting. Since last episode, I've been quite busy in the preparation for the holidays. I've been doing lots of projects and not very much about knitting, although I've done a lot of that, but also just regular things that you do at home. I'm drinking coffee this morning because it's still morning, it's still before noon. This is the only time when I afford or allow myself to drink coffee. If I drink coffee after noon, I can't sleep. And I'd like to have a good night rest before the next day. So I'm allowing myself to drink coffee only before noon. Yes. So what else? Yeah, I've been baking. I've been making some croissants recently. I'm no expert, but it is really fun when you have the time and you have a good recipe to follow. And I've been watching Bon Appetit videos on YouTube on how to do it. And I have a test kitchen book that I use. So it is a journey. This is not my first time that I make them, but I think I'm getting very serious about it, and
very much like a drug because it is a very long process and the result is always amazing no matter what mistakes you do along the way, but you always have a good time at the end. So it has the reward, but I guess the whole point is to get that out. So now I'm in this mindset where I really want to get my croissant at a very nice, appearance and all that stuff. But I'm not there. So I can't even show you a picture of it. But anyway.
that's what I've been doing. I made some wreaths for my front door and I burned myself, you can tell, with the hot glue. So kids out there, be very careful with your hot glue, because I thought it's nothing, but then this problem has been for days and it's annoying me. But the wreath looks really good on the front door. I've made it with some fallen branches that I got from the woods. And I thought I'll just take a couple of them and then bring home. And it turned out that I had so much, evergreen branches that I was able to actually make 2 wreaths, and one I gifted to a friend of mine. And I made one for our front door. It's really cute. If you're interested, you can take a look in my Instagram to all of these pictures. All right, I guess that's it for the chit chat. Let's get into the whole meat of it, into the whole knitting. All right, so major finished project. I am wearing it. As you can tell, this is the cardigan, the champagne cardigan by Petite Knit that I've been waiting to finish for so long, and finally I'm here and I've been wearing it non-stop. I love this cardigan. I bragged about it to everyone that could listen. There we go. I said this before, but I love everything about it. I like the colors that I chose. I like the construction that I have. Again, you know, lessons learned. I think I would even make it longer than I've done it. I think I just kind of got impatient and I really wanted to like wear it at this point. But I would have made it longer. Just maybe like an inch or two, I think would have been like really, really good. However, I'm not too disappointed because I know that I will make more of these in the future. So this will be just, you know, a collar in it. Yeah, it's very warm just because it was done in 2 strands of tweed wool and then 1 strand of mohair. So it's quite a thick cardigan. It's not a wimpy kind of cardigan. It's warm, so I could maybe even have a tank top underneath and then this cardigan, and I am perfect. I'm just, yeah, there's nothing to it. I like the band. I think I will make this band with a lot of cardigans in the future just because I really like how stiff it is. I had trouble finding buttons for this cardigan. I just couldn't find, I wanted black buttons and I couldn't find, and I thought how hard it is to find cardigans. Mind you, I person to go to a bunch of stores. I just kind of go to 2 stores. If I can't find them there, then that's that. So I went to a yarn store. They didn't have any buttons there. I went to a thrift store where I was kind of like thinking that I can go through all these, you know, garments and maybe find something at a reasonable price that I can just buy and like get the buttons from. Couldn't find anything, didn't really want to spend my entire day in the thrift shop at that point. So I just didn't find anything, got out of there. And the next door, there's this very cute local Canadian store. And as I told you before, I really want to support Canadian local stores. So I got into there and I found some buttons, not black, unfortunately, but I did find this guy's. I'm gonna try and like show you. So they look like a little bit of a butterfly on there. So they're handmade. I got 2 of them. They kind of like came in these little boxes. I thought that they were like the cutest. I didn't have the cardigan with me, which I thought it's very dumb, but I just didn't think, you know, ahead of time. And I got 2 types because I didn't know, do I want them blue? Do I want them green? And this is kind of like the only 2 options that I had. I didn't have the black option that I initially wanted to go, but I really wanted to finish this cardigan. So I thought, you know what, I have to do it. I have to get some buttons. So I got these 2 options. You can tell. So one is like slightly greener, and then this one is the ones that I use is the bluer kind. So then I tried to see which one would match better, because this is a kind of like seaweed green. So depending on how you look at it, it could be like more blue or it could be more green depending on the lighting and everything that you're wearing and such. So it took me a while to decide which ones I wanted to go with, but I went with the blue ones. And these buttons are from this place called Helen's Sewing and Pottery Studio, Montreal, Canada. She doesn't have a website. She just has a Etsy store and she has a Gmail address. And I talked to the girls at the store and they said that these are the only buttons that she sent, and I don't think she's gonna send anymore. So I don't know if she's still in operation or not, but the buttons that she did create are not going to waste, and I can't wait to actually use these little guys. I really enjoyed them, and they're handmade and they're made out of, I think, clay. I don't really know pottery, so I can't really tell, but I'm sure like anyone that is into pottery. Like you can tell, this is the back of it and this is the front of it. How cute is this? I like how textured they are too. I spent a lot of like time on Etsy, but I like got overwhelmed. And initially I was just looking for plain black buttons, but you know, these things are evolving, and I'm happy that I was able to find something interesting that I could like make my own, and you know, and I find that the end result is really cute. That's how it looks like. You can look a little bit more on this cardigan. I posted it on my Instagram if you're interested, but the main thing that I really like this cardigan is that it's loose and it's warm, and I am enjoying it so much. Today I am just wearing a base layer. Again, Canadians would know in Canada it gets really cold, so we tend to have base layers and then on top our other layers that we usually use. So today I decided I'll just do a base layer and my cardigan. And I am warm, I am comfortable, and as you could tell, just a happy camper. Yeah, so this was my major thing that I was able to complete, and I'm happy, and I blocked it, and I got really cool blocking soap that I got from the yarn store that I went to, and I'm really happy with it because indeed the yarn reacts really well to a quality soap when you actually do the whole blocking, you know, scenario. So I'm really happy about it. Let me know if you guys want me to talk about the soap a little bit. So far, let's skip that part. All right. So then my major focus for this entire time period was Christmas gifts, right? The holidays were approaching, and I'm trying to kind of like make little gifts here and there that I can complete fast, but at the same time put the care and time for someone to actually enjoy it. So I'm gonna show you some of the Christmas gifts that I am looking to gift this season. So I will start with the hats galore that has been continuing this whole time, because I found in Canada at least, there's no such thing as too many hats. You can wear as many as you want, and this is like the fashion kind of little accessory that you can use all the time. So, all right, we'll do that. So I've made the Stockholm Hat and Sandusgarn yarn. So this is the recommended yarn from Petit Knit, and I've doubled it with a strand of black mohair, and I love this hat. I think it's like a great classic hat. I've blocked it. It's very, you can tell, very tight. And this is important for a Canadian climate because you don't want the wind to go through, you know, your garment, and then it's cold anyway. So there's not much to it. I really like it. I really enjoy the whole like style of it. I think it's a great Christmas gift for any males, but not only. So this is kind of like what I'm doing. So this is a Stockholm hat, and I had another one made. This one, it was one strand of Loro Piana cone yarn that I got from Etsy again, and one strand of mohair, and I really like the color of it. It kind of got this tweedy effect, and it's so soft. Oh man, it's beautiful. And I got it a little bit tighter, so I thought it would be good for a female or someone with a smaller head, but I really like the look of it and how in general it's done. So I'm happy about it. So like these are like the two hats that I made. I was actually showing you the wrong way. It's like this. That's how it looks like. There you go. It's like 1 and 2, and I thought it would be a cool Christmas gift for someone. And see how confused I get for which side is the right side to show, either front or back or whatever. So my biggest thing I got, I went on to Etsy and I found a local laser shop, print shop. It's called the Custom Place Online. It's an Ontario run business, and it came really in a very cute package that I didn't think of to save, but
they were very, very cute. They like sent it in like a cute envelope saying thank you for like purchasing all this. So what I've done, I purchased labels.
so it's basically they're leather labels that you can print anything on them. And I lacked creativity and imagination, and I didn't know what to print on them, but I did print just a tag saying handmade. So then, you know, whoever's wearing it can tell which side is the front, which side is the back. So I thought it would be cute to like have it sewn on each garment. So then it looks more finished and it looks more professional, and you know, I like the combination of like this, you know, leather look and black. So that's what I'll be doing probably after I film this. I will be sewing all these labels onto the hats and the garments that I made. So I'm really happy. I made a couple of these kinds where handmade is at the top, and then I made a couple where handmade is like just right across, and I'll show you how that looks. So these are the hats and my acquisition and labels. It's really good investment. Now, you know, I can put everything on the back saying handmade, and you know, everybody will know that I made that. Later on, maybe I'll like have a tag saying all yarns considered, but I have a very long name that I chose. So it's hard to print on something, and it has to be legible, and maybe I'll come up with an acronym or something in the end, but I'm not too fussy at this point. Again, I'm doing this for fun and for hobby purposes. Oh. All right, so these are the Stockholm hats, again by Petite Knit.
As you can tell, I'm quite a fan of hers. I really like the whole thing, and I've spent so much time on Instagram like looking at what people are making and the style of knitting that is out there, and I tend to follow and enjoy the Norwegian knitters in general. Don't know a single word in Norwegian, but I follow I think like all of the Norwegian knitters out there, and it's so much fun to just see how interesting the projects are of these ladies, and not only, there's like some cool guys that are like making such interesting projects, so I'm all for it.
All right, so then I've made this hat, which was a typical classical hat by Pearl Soho in one strand of wool. Again, the Lichieme Filati yarn, and that one is 47% merino wool, 8% cashmere, 30 viscose, and 15 polyamide. So it has some strength to it, but it's very soft because of the cashmere content of it. And then I've paired it with a strand of mohair, and I really like. It's kind of like a slouchy classical hat, and this pattern on Pearl Soho actually comes with a classical handwarmer like set. So that's what I've done. I think this will be like a very cute gift for someone. I already have it in mind, but I really like. The only unfortunate thing is that I lost the game of chicken yarn, and this is the last little bit that I had, and I couldn't finish my hand warmer with the same yarn, but I thought this kind of can look very intentional. And this is kind of like where the hand warmers end, and then you have the hat. I'm not gonna put it on because I have my festive little crown here, but I thought it's such a cool set, and I can't wait to see the face of the person that I'm gonna gift it to. I think she's gonna appreciate it. But it's also very warm. So again, if you're a knitter in Canada, you always have to consider the warmth factor. So not only does it look good, but it also feels good and looks good. Yeah, so I'm excited. This was a fairly easy project to do. It's just a stockinette pattern. You just kind of like go for it. The hat is loose enough that you can have it, you know, like some sort of like hairdo on, and then it's not gonna squish it all, because the Stockholm hats, right? They're gonna squish your hair. And I don't know about you, but I tend to think about how my hair or my head is gonna look like when I take this hat off if I go for a Christmas dinner, right? But if you go for a Christmas dinner and you're wearing this kind of hat, then you don't have to worry about your hairdo. And then I have like many hairdos, but you know what I mean? Like you have to kind of like think that you're not gonna be like all boxed off by a hat. Anyway, so that was kind of like the hat galore that I was like talking about. So these are all the hats that I've made. Now, I've moved on to neck warmers. This neck warmer I've made a while back, probably last January or something, when I've discovered knitting traditions, Inga again. So this is her design, and I had a Sandnes Garn yarn, and I paired it with all Things Created Equal yarn that I had the leftover. If you remember me talking in the first episode how I had leftover yarn from projects, this is the yarn, and I think this is like beautiful. I love this neck warmer. It's beautiful, and every time I show it to someone, oh, they love it. So I'm quite excited about gifting this, and to be honest, I really enjoy it for myself. I really like greens, and this looks so beautiful, and I find that this is a great example of how the beautiful yarn that all Things Created Equal creates is showcased, and it is emphasized with the contrasting white yarn. I've also made the kind of negative version of this neck warmer, where the zigzag was the green and the edge was the zigzag and the edge was the green, and then the filler was white. And I've already gifted that neck warmer to someone, and I feel like they've liked it. But if you want to see reversed version, you can see that on my Ravelry page in projects. You can take a look. But I really like it. I find it's very soft. It's sturdy. I like the design. I'll probably make more of these just because, I find them relaxing, beautiful, and I think she did a great job. You can make it looser, tighter, you can felt it, you can do a lot of things, and kudos to Inga for doing this great design. I really enjoy it. I think it's one of my favorite designs so far. So this is my neck warmer. Again, I'll link all the patterns and everything that I talked about, obviously, because people do this kind of stuff on YouTube. Okay. Coffee break. I also like my coffee quite warm. And the pace that I'm talking, I'm not drinking my hot coffee. All right, so moving on. All right, these guys are the Harmony. These ones are my favorite vanilla sock pattern by Megan Schmaltz. I just found it on Ravelry, and I'm pretty sure it's a free pattern. This is a sock that I've made a while ago too, and when I was learning how to make socks, and I found it's a very successful sock pattern. I really enjoyed it. It was made in the Sadness Garden Sunday yarn in the color whipped cream, and then I paired it here with a little bit of kid merino wool, which was from Wool and Gang. They had a sale on this atomic, I think it was like atomic color. It was what's called ultraviolet yarn, and I really liked it, and I had a little bit of leftover, so I find it was like a very cute, you know, pair that I was able to knit. And I really like the heel construction. I find it's very sturdy, and yeah, I think it's a very cute Christmas gift that someone will enjoy. So yeah, I'm looking forward to gifting those. I find them quite cute. You can wear them anywhere. They are not very thick, and yeah, very soft. I really, really enjoy it. But yeah, this is a finished project. Another sock pattern that I had. So this is a basic ribbed sock pattern by Kate Atherley. So this is again in the yarn Things Created Equal basic sock. It's the natural undyed color, but it has these speckled pieces, as you can tell. Very, very soft yarn. It is probably a male sock, just because when you wear it, this yarn has a very big stretch, as you can tell. And I originally made it for my own size. I made small, the size small, but I find because of this yarn is so stretchy, they're very loose on me. So I thought it would be a very cool gift for some of my male friends or relatives, because they can stretch, but they're very, very soft. And I find the color is not extremely girly by any chance, so someone could wear these no problem. And I really like it. Again, I've wore them a while ago, and this is a different construction, different heel construction than the vanilla sock, as you can tell. There are like two different heel constructions, and obviously two different toe construction. You can kind of like tell. I prefer the vanilla sock construction, but you don't know until you try. So I've tried this version too, and I quite enjoy it. But I would definitely like think about the yarn and how it reacts when you're making socks. So I'm going to give this to someone with a bigger foot than mine, because they are quite large socks. But I like that they're like tall enough. You can be like boot socks too. Although I don't know how they're gonna last. Although it is a basic sock yarn. So it's 85 wool, percent wool, merino, and then 15% fibers such as nylon and polyamide. So there is strength to it. So I would think that they will be okay in a boot or maybe like a cottage sock. So that's that. So I thought I would show you some of my bigger projects that I've done in the past that are kind of like festive maybe in a way. And I've talked about this project that I've made before, because I talked about the yarn that I had left over from it. So without further ado, this is the Novita male sweater, top down. I've made this for my boyfriend, and I had a blast. I think it's one of my best works. I really enjoyed making it, and I think the result is just beautiful, and I love seeing him wearing it, and I think he looks good in it. I like the color combinations. It's hard to tell in this sunny light, but I have like a baby blue with white, then I have a little bit of a gray tones, I have a brown. So for example, I'll show you how fun this is. So the Stockholm hat, it's made from the leftovers for this portion of the cardigan. I'm gonna try and like show you, as you can tell. So this little like band here, it's made out of, well, this hat is made with the leftovers from that. Then this hat, right, is made with the leftovers from the brown portion of this sweater. But I really, really enjoy the color of it, and it's long enough. You can tell it's a very big sweater, and I really love, and with each wash the yarn blooms even more, and it's becoming better and better with each time. And because it's natural fibers, I don't find that it smells. It's very, very pretty. Anyway, I made that, and I'm very proud about this project. It took me a long time to knit. It took me maybe 2 months to knit, but it was interesting, and it's 5 different yarn colors, and it was overwhelming. This probably is my first yarn color work that I've done, like on such a scale, and it was quite overwhelming, but the result is absolutely worth it, and you know, I'm not complaining whatsoever. It's a really, really fun project. I'll tell you, it's the men's knitted sweater by Novita knits, but with Novita patterns, I've done it in the past. You can have to like kind of like experiment a little bit. I don't think it's like very, very detailed pattern. And for a novice or a beginner, I had a lot of trouble. Now with a little bit more experience, I find the pattern is quite easy to follow, and it's nicely written. But the beginning, I had a little bit of a trouble, and I remember knitting and then taking everything apart. I had a couple of projects that I've done in the past that I didn't record. It was like probably my first projects, and I've made a cardigan, and I believe like that one I made like the sleeves too long because I was just following the pattern, and it was just kind of a little bit confusing to begin with, but now it's great. So you can tell like I've made a whole entire sweater from their pattern, and I am loving it. I feel like it's a great sweater. I'm really happy with it. So that's basically it when it comes to the finished project. I have only one whip. I will show you quickly because I've been talking for a very long time now. Oh! Okay, so this is the Slipover V-neck by Petite Knit. Surprise, surprise. I am quite far along. I just have to make the finish band and then the V-neck edging and the arm edges. This pattern calls for a broken rib knitting, and I've never done this pattern before, this stitch. It's basically one row of knitting, all of them, and then one row of one purl, one knit. So you kind of like get this, ribbed look to it. It's interesting. It's longer to make, but it is a vest, and I'm enjoying it. I've decided to do it in only one strand. I'm not gonna do it in 2 strands because I made a sample before I started. And I realized after blocking it that it tightens and it poofs up. So, you know, you can tell like this is kind of like a more of a see-through fabric that it creates, but when it blocks, it's a lot tighter. So I thought that it's okay to do it just in one strand of wool and one strand of mohair. I can't tell you the composition of the tweed yarn. I'm suspecting that it's some sort of like wool and polyamide in it by the touch, but I can't tell you. It didn't come with a label. It came with a cone and nothing in it. So I'm suspecting these things. I'm not that versed in yarn yet. If someone knows how this is the composition of something like that, let me know. But I am enjoying it. I feel like I will be done in maybe 2-3 days, and I'm excited because I made it a little bit oversized. It's a medium size that I made, and I purposely did that because I want to wear it with maybe like a white shirt underneath, and I want it to be kind of like loose on me to have a more modern look in general. So this is the whip that I've been working for the last couple of days on, and yeah, I'm hoping the next time I record a video I will have it done. So yeah, these are kind of like all my projects so far. I feel like it's more than usual and more than I usually show you. But it is, you know, holiday time, and I did make an effort to knit a lot to get people the joy of a nice handmade knit. So for future, I don't have any acquisitions. However, well, except for the little buttons and tags that I've gotten, but I do have some yarn coming from Italy again, and I am very excited. I shouldn't say some, I am getting a lot of yarn, and I can't wait. I'm hoping maybe in 2 weeks it's gonna be here. And when it's here, I will try and talk about it as much as I can, but I'm very excited for this to happen. I'm excited for the winter holidays, for some time off. I am already thinking about the New Year projects. I think I want to make myself a neck warmer. I don't have one. I want to make myself some gloves. I don't have any of those either. I want to make a cool scarf for a friend of mine. He requested that. And a lot more sweaters and cardigans. I have a lot of plans for things like that, and I can't wait to get them all done. And as I said, like with this Instagram and like discovering, you know, all the Norwegian knitters out there, I'm very inspired, and I think with knitting you can do a lot of things. I'm curious to know if people feel the pressure of completing their knitwear projects. Yeah, I feel like I've talked very fast today. Very fast, very excited. I had coffee, it was morning, it was beautiful. I feel very productive. I hope to see you soon. Anywho, this is it. I've talked for a very long time, longer than usual. I hope you're good. Yeah, just good thoughts. Here's to knitting. And happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays. Whatever you're celebrating out there, celebrate something. Celebrate the joy of living. Celebrate the fact that you're healthy, that you're sane, that, you know, just life goes on, and celebrate that and be merry.
All right. Bye.